All right, so Oprah 2020. I gotta say, I did not expect to talk about this today, but there are a lot of people who are misinformed, who are ignorant, who just don't understand that Oprah running for president is not a good idea. So let me try and help people understand. But first, let's go into some of the reaction from Oprah's Golden Globes speech from last night, which turned apparently into a speech in a bid to run for president. So I don't know. But here's what Time put out: how Oprah could beat Donald Trump at his own game in 2020. And this from The Guardian: could Oprah Winfrey run for US president and win? And then, of course, you got your pundit class responding with this quote from Chris Cillizza on CNN: you could close your eyes and imagine that speech being given in Iowa. And this from conservative writer Bill Kristol: Oprah, hashtag I'm with her. All right, so before I get into whether Oprah could run and if she could win against Donald Trump, let's just go over why people loved her Golden Globe speech. So she talked about the importance of the press, social empowerment, the Me Too movement, and discussed Reese Taylor and Rosa Parks. So it was a great speech, but it had nothing to do with politics. Nothing at all. So I have nothing against Oprah, nothing against her speech. This speech didn't, to me, seem like a speech of her trying to run for president. That's just how Twitter and the media reacted to it. So her speech didn't talk about wealth inequality, money in politics, a living wage, healthcare, climate change, affordable housing, wars, college tuition, or Wall Street reform. So, again, it wasn't a political speech, but people are trying to attach meaning to it as if this is her first, exploratory speech into a possible run in 2020. Now, could Donald Trump lose to Oprah Winfrey if she ran against him? Yeah, probably. But I think pretty much anybody with some name recognition could defeat Donald Trump in 2020. That isn't the big question. The big question is who can defeat Donald Trump and actually help the country. So I'm going to get into Oprah Winfrey's message and, what she's actually about, because her politics isn't really clear. But if you dive into her shows over the last couple decades, you can kind of get an idea of what she's all about. So this piece was put out in The Guardian in 2015 titled Oprah Winfrey, one of the world's best neoliberal capitalist thinkers. And in it, the author Nicole Ashoff dives into what Oprah is all about. Oprah recognizes the pervasiveness of anxiety and alienation in our society, but instead of examining the economic or political basis of those feelings, she advises us to turn our gaze inward and reconfigure ourselves to become more adaptable to the vagaries and stresses of the neoliberal moment. Oprah is appealing precisely because her stories hide the role of political, economic, and social structures. In doing so, they make the American dream seem attainable. If we just fix ourselves, we can achieve our goals. So in lieu of any actual policies, because as we know, Oprah is a celebrity and doesn't have a political platform, we're stuck with what her show is about and what she's always been about, which is self-improvement. Now, there's nothing wrong with self-improvement. And in fact, one of the writers that she's pushed, Eckhart Tolle, I'm a big fan of. I enjoy his writing, and I like how he analyzes how our thought patterns can cause us to act certain ways. But when you are making $10 an hour and you have $30,000 of student debt, there really is no amount of reading that you can do that will improve your situation. That is directly, your situation is directly because of the economic environment, the neoliberal policies and conservative policies that have put you in the position of being somebody that is $30,000 in debt and making only $10 an hour because the minimum wage isn't any higher. So you can't self-improve yourself out of that situation. Now, you can get lucky. Maybe you'll go to a job interview and you'll get the job and you get paid more. So, yeah, that's great. But largely, Oprah Winfrey's message is more for a upper middle class type of society where you have an okay paying job, but maybe you're not happy in it. And maybe you want to or need to find a way to get out of that and go into something that you enjoy doing more. Great. That's good for those people. But a lot of people are just way past that. They can't, any ounce of self-improvement is not going to help their economic situation. So Oprah Winfrey, if that's what we have to go on when it comes to Oprah Winfrey, then that's not a platform worth voting for. Now, I have nothing against her running for political office. If she wants to run for Congress, run for Senate, go right ahead. But having somebody who has no political experience and is just a celebrity become president, well, we already have that. That's Donald Trump. Donald Trump, in case you forgot, is the current president of the United States. So seeing that that's already been done, and look, I'm not trying to say that Oprah Winfrey is Donald Trump. Obviously, Oprah Winfrey is a nicer person and has some better ideas and is more eloquent than Donald Trump is. But you still can't deny the fact that she has no political experience. What's her platform on healthcare? What's her platform on college tuition? What's her platform on the minimum wage? I mean, these are all issues that need to be dealt with and need to be discussed. But Oprah brings an emotion factor. And that's why people online and the media are all hyped up about Oprah right now, because she brought a lot of emotion out in people who watched that speech because it was a great speech. But a great speech or a great speaker does not automatically equal great president. You need an actual platform of policy to back that up. Now, is she actually running? Might that actually happen? Well, apparently, Oprah is actively thinking about running for president after her rousing Golden Globe speech. Two of the billionaire businesswoman Oprah Winfrey's closest friends told CNN on Monday that she was actively thinking about running for the Democratic Party's presidential nomination in 2020. So, it's possible. And if she does actually run, she would likely win the nomination. And that's because people oftentimes vote for name recognition and based on emotion. Like you saw with Donald Trump. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, who essentially were both celebrities and were two of the most recognized names in America, ended up facing off against each other. And that was largely because people knew who those two people were. And it was detached from their actual platforms. Now, again, platform is what matters. But unfortunately, it's not what everybody is focused on. So that is sort of the game we have to play when we're thinking about who might run for president. Because you need a good combination of somebody who has name recognition with the actual platform that would be good for the country. Now, I could think of somebody who has that, Bernie Sanders, but not everybody has that. And it's a rare combination to find. Somebody who actually has a strong platform that would help the country combined with the name recognition needed to win a primary. So if Oprah ran, she would likely win. But that doesn't mean it would be good. As I said at the beginning of the video, I think anybody could defeat Donald Trump that has the right amount of name recognition. But it's about what they'll do once they're in that matters. Now, what's interesting is that Oprah Winfrey has actually been considered for a vice president position before. So let me read you this quote. At the time, I announced my first choice for vice president would be Oprah Winfrey. Americans respect and admire Oprah for her intelligence and caring. She has provided inspiration for millions of women to improve their lives, go back to school, learn to read, and take responsibility for themselves. So, who do you think wrote that? I'll give you a second to make a guess in your mind. Now, let me tell you. Donald Trump.
You have a vice presidential candidate in mind?
Well, I really haven't gotten quite there yet.
It's just
Oprah. I love Oprah. Oprah would always be my first choice.
Oprah.
Oprah, your competitor, right?
Oprah's a competitor.
You know what?
No
I'll tell you, she's really a great woman, though. She is a terrific woman. She's somebody that's very special.
So there you go. Now, I'm not really sure what that says, but it is sort of entertaining that Donald Trump once thought Oprah would be a great VP. Now, as I said already, I'm not against Oprah running for some sort of political office. Again, people can do whatever the hell they want. But Oprah, if she ran for president without any experience in government, what would happen to the political system? What would happen to both parties? Would we just be stuck now running celebrities and voting for celebrities? And like, at what point do we get back to voting for actual politicians that have actual experience in government? And even apart from that, like, platform. When Donald Trump ran for president, all of us in the know who had followed him knew that he had no political ideology. He had been all over the place in terms of where his stances were. So when it comes to Oprah Winfrey, again, if she's anything, she's likely a neoliberal like Hillary Clinton is. So if that's what gets you excited, then cool, I guess maybe she's the person for you. But there are no policies that she's brought forward so far. Now, again, 2020 is kind of far away, so maybe if she ran, she would have an actual platform, and then we could see what she's all about. But in terms of just a billionaire celebrity running for president, that's already happened. Maybe it's time now to get back to some actual politicians who have some real policy ideas that can help the country.